Hello everyone, Disney D Prince here again today, and today we're going to build the new Harry Potter Lego Chamber of Secrets. Now the box is too big for me to show on camera, so we're just going to take a look at this cover first. This is set 76389, and there are 9 bags. And so we're just going to take a look inside real quick and see if there's any art. And a quick preview of what's coming in our build bags. So we'll see how this goes. And we're going to just start with bag number 1. And we're going to get some stuff out of the way first. Now I only have the first 5 bags up here, just because I don't have too much room around here. But it looks like we're building the basilisk first, so let's move some of our other stuff out of the way. These big plates and roof pieces, because we know we're not going to use those right away. And now it is exciting to see that these are here. I've been waiting for this set to come out since they relaunched the Harry Potter line. So we're going to take a look at this. So we've got Harry. He's got 2 expressions. He's got the regular black legs for the minifigures. He's very cute. A little bit of printing on the back. Still no printing on these legs, but that's all right. And then he does have the Sword of Gryffindor, which I am excited to see that they included an extra one in here because of the set. Do I wish they would have included Fawkes the Phoenix in here also from the collectible minifigure series? Yes, but I'll take what I can get. And let's put Ron together. Again, his body is the same, but he has a new hairpiece compared to the other Ron Weasleys we've seen, which is good to know, because I, for one, prefer this. I think this was the Han Solo hairpieces first. But it does look very good. And he's got his wand in this bag over here, I think. Let's see. And we have our next little wizarding card, which I believe is Godric Gryffindor. So that's exciting. So we have the Sword of Gryffindor and Godric Gryffindor, and that's going to go back up there with our other ones. And we do have a new professor for this, and it is, I believe she is supposed to be the astronomy professor. Either the astronomy professor or the professor for arithmancy. I don't believe she was ever pictured on screen, so it is kind of cool to see her in a character form, and especially nice that they made her a person of color, because I don't believe that she was on screen. And we do have Ron's wand. No wand for Harry in this set, oddly enough, but we have so many extra wands from all the other sets, so it's fine. And we're going to put them over there. And there's a camera we're supposed to build as part of the first bag. Let's see. put that together like that. A handy-dandy little flash. I think this is supposed to be Colin Creevey's camera. Let's see, where is that? Here we go. These, and then one of these. Yeah, see, we've got a big old-fashioned camera, which is fun. We're gonna put that off to the side. And now we're gonna start building our basilisk. Now it is brick built, but it has a lot more molded pieces than most of the other previous brick built creatures. And this is comparing to the basilisk that was included in the first of the Hogwarts relaunch sets. That was just small and brick built, and it didn't really look like the basilisk at all. And I know a lot of people were like, well, what is that even supposed to be when it came out? But you know, sometimes LEGO just tries their best. You know, because molding figures, especially animal figures, takes a lot more work. And then it takes out some of the fun for building them. But I always prefer a molded figure, so we'll see how this one looks compared to some of the others that I've seen before. So far, this is what our torso, or not the torso, but I guess the main body, you would call it, the main body of the basilisk looks like so far. It's moving along nicely. It's really only this main torso part that we're assembling. It's not actually a huge number of pieces to assemble, which is nice. I always appreciate those. If you're gonna make me brick build a figure, you know, LEGO's kind of notorious with this when it comes to dragons now, especially anywhere in the Ninjago series, but we'll see. And the Hungarian Horntail, that was a little more screen accurate than the previous one, but just didn't really look like a dragon at that point. So here's our first bend in the neck, which is kind of fun. And then this red peg doesn't go in very far, but that's okay. And we have to put 2 of those on there. And an additional 2, I don't know why they broke that in 2 different steps, but that's fine. LEGO's gonna do what LEGO's gonna do, right? And we have this piece right here. And then we take that and put it onto the other one. And with that, go like that. And there's our snake head. And we attach the jaws, and it's opposable, and that is kind of a really pretty print. Like, I am not mad at this, actually, so far. And it just slides on like that, and because those are peg joints in there, it's posable like that. And then we go and we take the tail piece, and then we've got the other piece like that, and another piece like that. So the tail is much easier to assemble than the neck, and it goes like this. Now, this is a very cute basilisk. He's not nearly as thick around, I believe, is the last one, and his head is a lot more proportional to his body. And aside from the fact that he has this weird open part on the tail that's really kind of obvious if you turn it the other way, this is a great piece. I don't know why this piece has a big opening, and I wish LEGO would have corrected that mold, but he's not a bad basilisk, honestly. And I like that more than I thought I would. So now we're moving on to our first piece of the modular. And now again, these modulars are meant to be stacked compared to the previous releases in this relaunch that were just connected at the sides. But as we've seen in the previous sets, these modulars are pretty easy to replicate the style of. So I, for one, am thinking I may go back into some of these other Hogwarts sets and make them a little bit more modular than they were, using this new building style that they've included. So we've got that. We've got that. And we stick a broom on there for some reason. And we have a flight peg. And one of these new jumper plates, which I love. They really angle things a little bit better. And that snaps right in there. And that's the end of that one. So that's our first roof. Now we're going to start our second roof piece. And the nice part about these is that they are modular, so all of these roofs can go anywhere that the 8x8 square can fit. So, gotta love that. But I do kind of miss the octagonal towers a little bit, but they are harder to be more I don't know how this is supposed to go on there, because it doesn't. Oh, it's just going to get secured later. I was looking at that going, there's no plates to stick that to. But they just want you to slide it in there and then secure it with the top plate. A little bit weird LEGO, but if it works, it works. So, interesting. Interesting technique right there. To be only secured from the top, especially since we're going like this to attach that roof on. And then we're going to put a little cone in there. That's going to become a thing. And apparently this is a glow-in-the-dark orb. Now, I don't know how well the glow-in-the-dark Legos actually work. I don't know if you have to actually charge them with the UV lights to get them to show anything or not, but it's still kind of a cool feature that it could have. But we're going to take this, the old school camera piece. I haven't seen this piece in a set in a long time, especially for a telescope. Usually they just use the smaller, not compass, but the, oh gosh, what's the word? Not a wayfinder. It's a, oh, it's something. But again, doesn't really matter what I call it. I know what it is in my head. It's the thing, it's the compass thing that old sailors used to use. Oh, septon. Sexton. Yeah, sexton. There we go. That's what it is. The thing that almost sounds naughty. But we've got just a few more of these. I really like to do these little faux windows up at the top, I've noticed now. And now we've got a little perch that we're building for Hedwig, which I find kind of funny that we put that over there. But it's a cool way for owl perches to not take up a ton of room. So I'm all for that. Then we have a little shield piece that we're going to put a black piece over. And then we've got our first sticker. Which seems to be an astrological chart. See, it's got that sexton down there. And then it goes like that. And we're getting into towers that are built on the sides now, which is fine. Little turrets that go off to the side. Kind of cool. And again, that is flat at the bottom, so it doesn't stick out. It's kind of nice. They are finding more ways to make the roofs interesting, I'm noticing, which is kind of nice. It's a step up from the old roof styles, but... And that's it for our first bag of stuff. So we built our basilisk, and we built 2 roof pieces. And we can set those off to the side. And we've got bag number 2. I am kind of excited to see this bag because it has another Ravenclaw uniform. I love me some Ravenclaw uniforms. Am I a little bit sad that they chose to give us another Luna Lovegood? Yeah, I would have appreciated a different Ravenclaw, but it's fine because I love me some Luna Lovegood, and this is different than the previous uniform we've gotten for Ravenclaw. So she is very cute. She's got a little bit of back printing in case you swap a different head onto her. And we do have these 2 new molded pieces with the Cornish pixies. Freshly caught Cornish pixies. Yes, and they are very cute. And they are like, they have little molds right there on the sides that are where you could grab them with a minifigure hand. So that's kind of exciting. And then we've got a book to put together. And then our second sticker. this is, I'm guessing, a Lockhart book that is Year with the Yeti, for everybody that read Chamber of Secrets more than once and somehow remembers all these details, like I do. So that's kind of a fun book. Do I wish it was a printed book instead of a sticker? Yeah, but that's life. Okay, so we're going to start building up the base over here. And I believe this is Lockhart's classroom. I am not sure because the diagram and the instructions does not show the back of it. It just shows more of the facade. No, that's not the right one. Okay. And we're still there. And it doesn't look like we're doing too terribly much in this bag outside of building up this room. But it's a very cute room. And I love that these pieces are not super rare that they're using for it. Like the nougat is a little bit rare as far as finding the pieces if you're looking in bulk lots. Instead of just ordering, I don't know. I haven't checked the Pick-a-Brick lately, but I probably should stock up on some stuff before I start trying to build more of the modular stuff like this. Okay. And we've got another sticker, which is the Hogwarts crest again, like we had in Fluffy's room. It's cute. This is a new color that I think I'm seeing for the first time. It's not quite pink. See how it looks against that sand? It is almost the same color as my hand, like honestly. So it's like a tannish pink, and I'm not sure what color the Lego is calling that. It may have been in one of the Friends sets, but it is a very unique looking color for me, because I've never seen that color before in a Lego set. So that's an interesting surprise for a weird little piece like that. That's not really, like, significant. But, you know, Lego likes to throw things in there just to be new. And so, we're building up these just because we can. And I am going to do this all in one go, guys. But if you want to see a time-lapse build, I will post these all on my TikTok, which is on the same username. So if you search by it like that, for a sped-up version of this later on. And so we've got some windows. You know these windows take forever, but it's okay, right? We all like windows. thankfully, they've kind of glommed onto the fact that windows take up the bulk of these walls and they save on bricks that way. But I think I'm kind of surprised that there's not more of the small ovular window panels in this set, because there were a bunch in the other sets, which kind of surprised me because I'm not used to seeing those anymore. But these are nice too. These do add on time because it takes forever to pick these up with my little hands. Well, not my little hands. These little things up with my giant hands. Because fingers are too fat for that, but it's fine. See? Got a nice little facade going on the other side already. And then we're going that. And we have another sticker, which is the painting of Gildroy Lockhart painting himself. Which I'm going to have to put right on the top of this, because it is too big for the piece. It's a little disappointing, Lego. It is right there on the edges, so be careful when you place this sticker. You're building this set on your own. See, we go like that, and that gets set up there. And we've got another little thing. And another picture. We are burning through stickers at an alarming rate. We are only on the second bag, and I've used up a good amount of stickers already. That's a little surprising. Usually these stickers don't come out until, you know, bag 5 or 6 in this kind of bulk. So we do have another of the candelabra pieces, which I love. It's really giving me Phantom of the Opera vibes. So that's fun for me. But it's cute like that. Oh, no, that's upside down, Nick. So we'll go like this. And they are cute like that. That's a cute candelabra. It's a little too big to be minifigure scale, in my opinion, because those candlesticks need to be a little shorter, or the candelabra needs to be a little taller, just depending. But it's fine. And now they are using the same kind of seating as the Hogwarts Moments sets did, which is just the little 2x2 plate with only the front studs, like that. So it is cute though. It does make pretty good looking desk, really. We've got another little thing like that. And then we put pink frog over there. And a little potion. A little sparkly, translucent purple. And again, we have these one-sided archways, which are cute, but really don't look good from the sides if they're open. So I think if I was going to do something to modify these sets, it would probably be replace these with an archway that didn't look so bad from one side, but it's okay. It still looks pretty good. This is his classroom, like I was saying. So it's a very good looking room so far. And now we're doing a little more to the front to make it a little more palatable like this. That looks good. And we're adding on arches. On the outside, these are purely decorative. They do not help the structure in any way, which is fine. They don't hold anything together, but you know. We're doing like that. We're doing like that. And then going like that. And we're going like that. We've got a couple more of these to add on. I am a little irritated that these tan slopes are securing the portrait there, because you can't rearrange it very easily because now it's part of the roof. But it's an easy enough modification to make, really. So we are going to continue to do this. And now we are securing our pieces, which is fun for me. See, we've got that like that. And that is a good looking build so far. We've got this last piece to do over here to really add some stability to the shape, and it looks good. That's a good looking building so far. And that is the end of bag 2. And you know what I'm noticing is these bags are not building very much compared to what I thought they would be building. But they are breaking it up by modular, really. So that's kind of nice. Okay. And now we have another one of these, and that looks like another Godric. I don't know if that's Godric or if that's a different one, but that's definitely the same one that we just got on the first box. Yeah, these are the same. That's disappointing. Lego. At least make the variation between bags okay. But that's fine. So it doesn't look like we're going to get all of them for the different people. Let's see, where's your head, Gildroy? So now we have Gildroy Lockhart. He does have a nervous expression and a charming expression. I'm going to leave him with the nervous. And for some reason it looks like I have an extra hairpiece. It's interesting. I wonder if he's got a wig somewhere. I haven't looked at this build yet fully, but that's okay. There we go. We're gonna take Gilderoy and put him over here with the Cornish pixies, and we're gonna start putting this together. Because I think this is his I think this is his office, if I'm not mistaken. We shall see. And when I get to that point that this is finished, I'll show you guys the different options that we have in placing them and then combining them with the other sets that we've already built. So that's what that looks like already. We do have a chocolate frog or just a brown toad, whichever one that's supposed to be. Yes, this is his office, because we're about to build his little desk area. Okay. And now this is a new piece that I'm seeing for the first time. This is curved windows, y'all. Like, Lego stepped up on this one. And the fact that it doesn't take new window panels is awesome. Because that means you can swap out these lattices for clear or for the golden lattices. And it just goes like this. Like, it's a 3x3, it looks like. And it just fits on like that. And this little modular has 4 of them. And I'm like, that's crazy. But you go, Lego, giving us new pieces like this. I don't know if these have shown up on any of the pirate ships. It might have been on the Ideas pirate ship that they did this set. I mean, they did this piece. But this is the first time I'm seeing it. But it's a cool little set. I mean, it's a cool little piece. So looking forward to that. Now, where is this? Last Great. There you are, hiding under there. Yeah. And see, it makes a nice flat looking curve. There's no sort of weird angles or anything like that. It is kind of impressive, really. And now I wondered why that was there, but it's there to make this look more like an ornate desk than a grate in the floor. So that's kind of cool. There you go. And then there goes one like that. Another one there. And so that's how that looks so far. Looks good, really. Okay, so now we're blowing through even more pictures. Even more of our stickers, really. We're barely gonna have any stickers left for the other, like, 6 bags. Which, I get it, Lockhart had a lot of pictures of himself, but, like, come on. This is a lot that we're using already. Sticker 5, 6. Yeah, see, that's Harry posing uncomfortably. Gildroy holding up a mirror, and these go right there next to that. And then we build another one for the other side and use 2 more stickers. Gildroy in a pilot's outfit, which I'm guessing, since he's a wizard, is supposed to be more of an explorer outfit. And then him with the Loch Ness monster, it looks like. Kind of a funny little allusion to that. And we're moving on to some other things. Oh, of course, who would Gildroy Lockhart be without a pile of autographs? Oh yeah, that looks good. And I was right, there is a wig on his desk, which I find kind of funny because we never really get told that he wears a wig. That's a good looking office so far, though. And these little panels really kind of take up, these panel arches, kind of take up a lot more space than I would love, than I would like, but that's okay. We do have a little roof piece that we're supposed to stick on there. To make that look like that. See, it looks nice and flush over there. And we have another one like that. Like that. Another one like that. And those are going to be visible from the outside. Am I thrilled with that? No. But do I wish they would have included just more sand tones for that? Yeah, that would have been nice, because that gold is going to stick out like a sore thumb on the facade. But it's okay. Everything in its own time, right? See, that gold really just sticks out a lot. I mean, it's not bad because, you know, it goes with the theme, but I wish that was a stone. I wish that was a sand gray piece. And see, that looks pretty good. So we'll put that there on top just for the fun of it right now. And now 4 is actually our first 2-bag piece. 2-bag bag. Which is kind of nice. Normally there's a lot of 2-bag numbers. But this bag, we're starting to build the Great Hall, which I am intrigued by. So now, the only thing that I'm kind of irritated with is that they keep giving me Dumbledore. Like, he's not a bad character, but I wish that I got some of the other more obscure Harry Potter characters after a while, considering they have been doing this for a long time. Like, I still don't think we've gotten a Rita Skeeter figure, which is a little upsetting. But, you know, they very rarely base the Hogwarts sets on anything later than the second year, I've noticed. Okay, now this one is a new character. I don't know which one this is, but according to the back of the thing, we've got Jacunda Sykes. Oh, and that was not Godric Gryffindor that I had pulled earlier. It was Bertie Bott of Bertie Bott's Every Flavored Beans. So we have Dumbledore. Let me show you guys him. Very calm. I'm getting very Richard Harris vibes, which is nice. No printing on the back of the skirt piece, but it's fine. At least there's printing on the front. Put him off to the side. And now we have our, I think only our second named Hufflepuff character. Because there was, I believe Hannah Abbott came in the first Hogwarts set, and then Cedric Diggory, so our third, because this is Justin Finch Fletchley. See, and he's very cute. He's got the basic Hufflepuff robes, which I love. And then he's got a snake to go with him at Dueling Club. Okay. So, we're gonna build up this piece that comes first, supposedly. Yes, okay. This comes first. Then we attach it right here to the big plate. And then we do a nice little thing. Am I a little irritated it's not a single plate width? Yeah, because this means it's going to be out of whack with all the rest of the sets by 4. because this means that the roofs for this one will not fit because we're building on 8 squares. So this is 16, and then this one is going to be 20 widths wide. That's a little irritating, especially considering the premise of this, which means that the Chamber of Secrets is going to be probably 20 width also, because it fits under Hogwarts. So I'm kind of surprised we're not building that first as a base. But the beauty of modulars is you could theoretically build these bags independent of each other. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to take these and we're just going to stack them up like this because we've gotten to that point that we can. So that's just another easy modular way to get these out of the way. And now I've got to put some of these together. And now this is not ground level anymore like it was in the first round of releases. This is elevated because there is greenery behind. I mean, there is stone underneath it, which is fine. I appreciate that. It's a little more true to the actual aesthetic of Hogwarts in the movies, but okay. Where's this last one? It is hiding from me. Back here. Okay, so at least it's not going to be just 20, it'll be 24, which I guess is better. But at that point, I wish they would have just doubled the width of that, because see, this is just, you know, it's 6 wider than those, or let's see. No, it's 8 wider. So, I mean, it works, kinda, but, you know, I'm not super thrilled with the way that worked out, as far as the width of it goes, but that's okay. This set was 130 USD, I want to say it was. So it's not a cheap set, but it's also not, you know, the $400 Hogwarts that was microfig scale. So, but, you know, sometimes you just want a little bit more truthfulness, and these are actually, I think there's a different way. I think this is actually set up to be the dueling club, if I'm not mistaken. So it doesn't actually look like the old, it doesn't look like the old Hogwarts. Oh, I just put that on the wrong way. That's okay. That's what they give you the brick separator for when you do silly things like that. Everyone's a little silly sometimes building Legos, but that's all right. And now we've got these to put on. A couple of these. We got to build up these window areas, which they are most likely not going to be the same thing. Oh, and I missed a step. Look at me. I'm rushing ahead. And you know what's funny is I feel like I'm less distracted filming, but I'm more distracted because I'm in a smaller area, because my filming area is smaller than I would love for this kind of project, because I just don't have enough room to set it up to where you're not seeing the rest of my house and my clutter and my mess. And so I need these big 24-inch dividers up. like it's a kindergarten cubicle. And I have these little things. These are weird. These are like half circles. I mean, it's cool that they have that piece, but I almost look at it and I go, why? Other than for right here, why not just build the, why not just put the circle there? But such is life, right? Now I'm back on track. That's coming along. And now we have to do 5 more of the windows. That's okay. After the Daily Bugle, 5 windows, that's nothing. Which, if you haven't seen my video on the Daily Bugle, it is just a compilation of the TikTok, so it's just a time-lapse build, because I started doing this full live build video with Harry Potter because I wanted to make a 2-for-1, because I'm going to edit this down into TikToks and leave it up here in real time for YouTube for anyone that wants my opinion on the build and things like that. Because, you know, sometimes people want to see the intricacies of it, or they just like to see other people build things. Because you never know, you know. I can afford to get it because I'm an adult with big kid money, but I just kind of prefer to do this at the same time. You know, it's fun for you guys to watch. If anybody wants to watch or wants a review of it, you know, if they want to see a specific part of the build, sometimes. But I think that's looking good. Let's check out what it looks like on the other side. Looks not bad. All right. Got this. Looks like this is a fireplace, which is a little funny that they're not doing red. Oh, there you go. I would have rather have put those on before I stuck that down there, Lego. Especially with these itty bitty flame pieces. I like these because they're closer to flames, but I also miss the really tall flame pieces that just had more of an impact and looked like flames. That just kind of looks like candles, but it's fine. Okay. Some more of these little pieces. And then some more windows also. And now I think this is going to build up the Great Hall the whole way for this bag. Like I was saying, I think all of the numbered bags are different modular pieces. So it's kind of a cool way to do it. Because, you know, if you don't have time, you're not left somewhere with like half the build for a specific section just undone. Because I know this video is probably going to take at least 3 hours. But I don't know, we're actually about halfway through already. It's only been an hour, so maybe 2.5. I don't know, I'm not trying to go to bed too late today. And I still have to edit this, which is going to take me a while. But that's fine. Okay. Now we get to make some candle holders. There's lots of candles in the Great Hall, so this is kind of accurate. Though I did like the way that the previous Hogwarts handled the floating candelabra things, but we'll see how this one handles it. Like the previous one didn't leave any space in these, but I don't know how it's going to work out this time around. But we'll see. It's also not looking like they're building the doors to the Great Hall like they did last time, because I feel like I would have seen that start to function already, because we do have two of these little archways again, which I don't hate, but it's just like, they built the doors to the Great Hall in the last one. So I may keep both of them and put them on opposite sides of each other to seem like it's half of the Great Hall. I haven't decided what I'm doing with the rest of my Legos for this yet, because this does throw off some of the things, but it is nice because I don't think we've gotten the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. Oh, no we have, because there was there was Moody's classroom that we had in one of them, but it was a small, about this size one, I think. It wasn't huge. Not that that Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom is huge by any standards, but you know what I mean. Sometimes you just kind of gotta go with it. All right, bringing in some of these brown pieces finally. I find it kind of funny when these pieces use smaller bricks instead of longer ones, because it's kind of just a ploy by LEGO to increase the piece count when you could have just used one really long brown brick. But they don't like doing that, so let's do this. So this, on top of this, we do have this gold owl piece, and I missed something along the line there. I missed a piece. I missed a step somewhere back here, because that was supposed to be added a while back. My bad, y'all. I've had a long day at work already. That's kind of obvious, apparently, because my brain is going, what? Oh yes, you missed those, because they were the same color as the things that were already there before. And that's supposed to be Dumbledore's podium, which is kind of cool. I like that. And now we are building up a table, it looks like. Just the one. this to build up a little bit more. This piece looks like we're spring-loading something, which is always exciting. And now we've got a couple of these. So it does look like this is meant for easy removal, unlike a lot of old sets. But yeah, see, we're not, oh. And that's weird. For some reason, the Great Hall has got its pillars going in. I'm not sure if I like that. Actually, I know I don't like that. I'm going to put them that way because it tells me to, but I don't like that, where it shows it on the inside, because we've been building it towards the outside for all of the other ones. So actually, I'm going to kind of buck Lego's idea right here and build them towards the inside, because I don't like that. It would drive my OCD wild. So, small mock right there. Because I don't like the theme of that. Because they've put those towards the inside on every other set we've built. And I'm not going against that now. Wait, are you putting something on the other side too? To make those not so ugly? No? Okay. So, theoretically, they want to put a little arch right here. So that would hide the ugly part and make that seem more like a seamless transition, but you'd still see it on this part. I don't know. What do you guys think? See, it looks better on this part, but then you turn in and you see it like that. Okay, you know what? I'm going to trust Lego, and I'm going to put it the way they ask, the way they tell you to. I'm not happy about it. I may go back and change it, but now I see that they did add in a little afterthought to make that look more seamless. And now we have a bunch of these to assemble. 5 of these at a time, times 4. To give the outside some texture. Now, it's kind of funny. I don't think I think the Great Hall was a lot taller on the other set. I'm gonna have to put them side by side and compare, because this one definitely seems shorter, especially considering the roof is supposed to go on and it's its own separate piece. Like, I'm intrigued, but because I feel like the last Great Hall, the windows were stacked and it was 5 windows or 4 windows each. But we'll see. That's another video. That's not today's video, though. That's not live built. That's a comparison. It looks pretty. Okay. I feel like I already know what's going to go on these little studs, and that's these little pieces here, but I was right. It's a good way to give turreting or gabling, but it is just a little tedious. These kind of hurt when you stab them in, but it's all for the aesthetic, right? Okay, and then 2 little torches for the outside. Kind of don't make sense if you're looking at the outside of Hogwarts, but it's fine. And we're getting towards the end of the Great Hall, surprisingly. But I mean, I'm almost 100% certain that this Great Hall is tinier than the previous one, as far as just height of the actual hall itself. Because this is the same height as the other ones, the other modulars, which I'm pretty sure the Great Hall is not in the other ones because it stands up taller. It's 2 stories compared to the 1-story levels. Whereas this one, I think, is really only going to get its height from its roof. But that's okay. Yeah. So we're back with that. And again, this could have been a 1x4, but it was not. And again, we've got some more candles, just to be difficult, I think. They're cool, but I don't really know if these wall hangers give them the illusion, because there's not really just free hanging candles on the walls of Hogwarts if you look at the movies. It's more about they have sconces on the walls that are built up. So here is the Great Hall. It is very pretty. I do like it. That owl is cute. I've seen people do mocks where they add candelabras behind him. But we're gonna move the next round of bags up. And we've got bag number 5. Now this is there's a new nearly headless Nick in here that I love because he's glow in the dark, but now it makes me want to glow in the dark Myrtle. And I do kind of wish, instead of giving us another nearly headless Nick, I do kind of wish they had given us a Grey Lady of Ravenclaw Tower, since she played an active role in the books, and they have tried to be a little closer to the books on a lot of things, I've noticed. But his whole body is supposed to be glow in the dark, and that's not it. Where's his head? If that's it, I was going to say, if that's it, his head is missing his printing, and that would make me mad. So he's very cool looking, and he is glow in the dark instead of just that tan where he could have just been a statue, or not tan, gray, where he could have been a statue. Now let's see which wizarding card we got. Oh, I do think that is Minerva McGonagall, if I'm not mistaken. It looks fun. I like her. She's a new one. Okay, now let's start building up these roof pieces, because we've got 3 separate roof pieces that we're building up here, which is a little, I mean, it's good, you know, but part of me is going to want to just play with the arrangement of this stuff until I'm bored silly. That's the life of a Lego lover, right? We get bored, and we buy another set, and we're no longer bored. And I'm kind of tired of these random little pieces all over the place, because it doesn't really make sense. Like, what is that supposed to be, an owl turd? Like, who put a cupcake all the way up there? Like, I don't know why that's there. Okay, so this... Okay. This is something new I've not seen them do so far, is put these in there to make a lattice, to make a rounded lattice window. I didn't know those panels fit back there. Never done that much adventuring with those. But, you know, that's okay. And then some more of these to close out that area that's up there. This is a fun little tower so far. Would I have loved to have seen more rounded windows up here? Yeah. But that's okay. Am I mad they brought back sand green? A little bit. Just because it's so hard to find, especially to match. But, you know. Oh, am I realizing that I built this too close? I am. There you go. Okay. See, like, why is there a chocolate frog up here? It makes no sense. Like, it just, why? Like, I appreciate the little details when they make sense, but it's fine. Okay, and then we're gonna put the little chocolate frog behind a window so you can't really remove him, which is, again, a weird just place to put him, but it's fine. See, his little head peeks out through there, so that's just a little weird. Like, it's not weird, but it's like, just like, why weird kind of thing, you know what I mean? And we built the whole little space behind there, and now we're gonna hang our Hogwarts banner over it, because, I don't know, Lego fills space with weird things sometimes. Sometimes I think the little things that you don't really view most of the time are just inside jokes from the set designers, who are just like, you know what are we gonna put behind there? A little poo. And I'm kind of liking the way that they're doing these roof panels on the backs of shields, because it does give you a little more angle than some of the other pieces have given. Like the true like hinge pieces are a little hard to keep at that right angle sometimes. But that looks pretty good. I think that's the end of our first one. Oh no, there's a little bit more left. We've got another little glow-in-the-dark bead. And he's got a little Mysterio helmet. So I'm guessing that's supposed to be a crystal ball. Kind of a weird place to put a crystal ball, in my opinion. But it's a fun little thing. I'm just going to put that there, because I don't know where else to put it right now. Actually, I think that's supposed to go in the middle. Yeah, like that somewhere. There it fits. Okay. And now we're doing another one over here. Remember, we're going to get 3 roof pieces out of this, so we still have a little bit to go on here. Okay. We do have up here what I'm guessing is supposed to be like a chessboard. Not quite sure, it's just another little small detail. Up here, this little spot. In the middle, like that. And then some of these. Again, I may take these sand green ridges and swap them into gray and do the same on the gray roofs with the sand green, just to give more of a sense of continuity. So that's that one. So I'm guessing it's supposed to go like this. Yeah, that looks about right. And then we've got one of these. Do have another one of these weird little things that we saw in one of our previous sets. A printed headpiece that's clear. It's supposed to be some sort of potion or ingredient, I guess. But nope, that was not a blue gem like I thought it was going to be. Sometimes your fingers look at something, but they're thinking about something else and they grab the wrong thing. But that's okay. Sometimes fingers are stupid too. I realized that the sorting hat was supposed to go back behind this thing on top of this little turd. That's what it's supposed to be, a hat stand. Just something to hold it there. So let's give a look at our roof pieces. They fit on there pretty well. There's not any of the floating candelabra action that I was hoping for, and as you can see, the Great Hall is kind of dwarfed by this other tower that comes up behind it, because this is not a full story. It's just a roof piece. But that's life sometimes. And now we're going to start bag 6 at the hour-and-a-half marker. This is we're starting the bottom portion. I think we're done with the top portion of Hogwarts. Now we're starting the Chamber of Secrets. What's bad is part of me misses the capes that they all used to have. But here's Ginny. She's cute. She's just got the basic Gryffindor robes. I'm not going to bother with her wand just because it's extraneous pieces at this point. We have a little thing like that. We have our book piece. And we have to put our diary cover on there. This kind of blows my mind that they made a sticker for this when the diary was included in the collectible minifigure series as a printed piece. But, you know, sometimes it's fine. Sometimes LEGO just makes weird decisions. Like, I'm going to definitely not put that in the actual display area that I have because I already have the better version with the printed piece. I hit this, and we're getting a little water, which is nice. Nice for everybody except for me, when the fact that my blue that I have on my base plates is not this dark blue, because they don't sell this dark blue in a base plate. It is the regular oceany blue. Okay. And now get another one of these. Yep. Is this going? Okay. So I'm guessing that's about how wide the first section is going to be, which is fine. I'm not a stickler when it comes to that, as long as it all fits under the Great Hall. Or honestly, I don't know where it's going to go because the Chamber of Secrets has the slide that goes into it, and it needs to go under Moaning Myrtle's bathroom, because otherwise nothing makes sense in the world. But, you know. Alright, LEGO. My question is, why include that brick if it's not going to be seen from underneath, from the back, or from the front? Why include that in a different color? Makes no sense. That nougat brick could have gone anywhere else, and it would have made more of an impact than it just made right there. But, you know, sometimes you just kind of got to look at things and go, well, they did it. I don't know why, but they did it. And we've got some of our moss green, which is nice. lots of these pieces instead of just using the mountain pieces, which sometimes I appreciate, but these are going to be harder and more expensive to find if I need to build lower levels to match the rest of these. Because all of the other ones from the previous generations were not built to stack, which was fine at the time because, you know, there was nothing to stack on them. But now that we have Hogwarts sets that are stacking, it is a little frustrating to now have to go back and redo the outsides of some of these to make them match. But such is life. But one of these days I'm going to do a video where I just show you all my Lego that's out and about, because I can, but that's going to take a hot minute because I want to make sure everything's in the right place and dusted so I don't get called out by the internet. And now we're putting in some random little clippies on the floor to hold some random things, most likely, like bones, I'm gonna guess. Lego really has a fascination with making sure that bones are secured, which I've never really understood. Like, does it matter if they just kind of roll around? But yeah, just like I thought, all of these are for bones. So it's a little weird. It's a little like, okay, Lego, why? And then we have a random little white frog, which I don't know how prevalent Lego thinks frogs are. Right? Like, are there that many frogs just hanging out in Hogwarts? Like, I only remember Trevor the Toad. But, you know, okay. So this one at least does not make the Great Hall's mistake and try to give us interiors of these. This one is going to be interior, to where it's you're gonna see the bad part inside, but only if you really look for it, because it's not visible from the front. So that's fine. So, and this must be the part that's supposed to go under Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. So I'm excited about that. So it does not seem so far that Lego was super concerned about playable space in here, but it's a good looking model so far. So here we have our first of the molded mountain pieces. So there are some in here, and it gets a little more rounded off to cover the studs. And it just kind of clips on to that single row of studs back there, so it comes off easily. And I think that's for if you're throwing them in manually, but if I was going to just have Moaning Myrtle's place above this one, I'm not going to take that off very often. Put those on. And we're getting to the point that this is going to be capped off, which is what I'm going to start calling this. This little process that they're using to do these things, I'm going to just call it capping off. Because otherwise, I don't have a good term for it. And there it is, fully capped off. It's a little slide that pops them out. Technically they should land in a pile of bones, but you know, we're gonna let it slide. And it wants us to put that under this part. So let's see how well that fits. And that does fit in there pretty well. But again, like I said, that's not going to stay there because that needs to go below Moaning Myrtle's bathroom. And we'll talk about that after we finish and I pull in the other sets. Okay, so this is bag 7. Now this is going to be kind of cool. I am excited about this one because this is the snake door that Harry has to talk to get into the Chamber of Secrets. Which normally, if I was not recording with Harry Potter Legos, I would be watching the movies kind of on a loop until I finished building them. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to build these anyway. I may as well make content while I do it. Because, yeah, cap, right? And we do have another wizard card. And this is, I want to say Dumbledore, but I don't think it is because I have Dumbledore already. No, that is Dumbledore. There's 2 different versions. So let's see. This doesn't seem to be a crazy build so far. And actually, I'm looking at this going, I think I've seen a mock designer that does a better version of this, but that's okay. It just means Lego didn't look at it and steal it without giving credit. This is a weird little piece right here. I don't think I've seen this one very often, but I mean, it's fine. It's not weird. I shouldn't say weird so often, but it's an uncommon piece that I have not seen a lot of. which is a good thing because you never know when you're going to need pieces like that. Because this is mainly, if I see these, it's the 2x2 that stands up. And I like that they included some transparent green. It does give it a little bit of like a spooky feel. But we'll see if it holds up. Let's see. There you go. Now this should be a short bag comparatively compared to the rest of them. This is a very small section that we're building. It's a lot of details on it, but it's a small section. And here we are building the hinges for the door to sit on. And now we're building up the more circular aspect of it with these quarter circle pieces. And this is in the Are you supposed to be lower? You might think you are supposed to be lower. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's why. So we do have now a perfect circular opening. And now we go in and we start building the door itself, which is a cool little build if it's, you know, even if it's, you know, not really that complicated. But I still think it's a fun build. And the nice thing is that they did make it a little more interesting from the back also. Sorry y'all if it sounds like my voice jumps around a lot. I just kind of quit talking while I'm thinking sometimes, especially in the middle of sentences. But you know say, right? this is cool. It's a fun little hinge, and it doesn't just go into those hinges on its own. It goes onto a bar. I guess I was supposed to add earlier. Let's see, it goes like that. And that is a cool little thing. And again, we've got some cool little glow-in-the-dark pieces. I don't know why LEGO seems to think a lot of this is going to be in the actual dark, to where that's going to be useful. Again, another weird little chocolate frog in a place he's not supposed to be. I swear, if you took off all the little plastic frogs that aren't supposed to be in places where they're not supposed to be, you'd have a lot less decoration on these sets. But it's fine. This is slightly reminiscent of the previous Hogwarts. Do I wish that this had a modular roof like the others? Yeah. Will I probably take this off and make it a modular height by adding another brick? Probably. But I don't know. That is a tomorrow's problem. But it does bother me that this is the only piece that is not truly modular, because it should be, and there's no reason to not have it be. Like, this little roof piece could be its own little roof piece just fine. And again, we're putting a little window panel in there, especially considering the outside of the roof means you would be placing it like that on the outside of Hogwarts. That's very weird. I am going to fix that later. Maybe I'll post an update whenever I do my fixes. But don't count on it, because I will probably be doing a lot of that off camera and swearing at the same time. So, you know, I don't want to record that. There you go, finally. That one. Okay. So here is our door, fully complete with the little roof piece. And yes, this is one brick shy of being the same height as the rest of them. And it bothers me. Now, I get that this part was needed to secure this back part up here to do that, so I may just add on 2 more plates up here to make it the same height, because the pins line up, just the height of the actual structure does not, which bothers me. So I don't know. So I may put another one of these 10 by 4s. Yeah, this is 10. Yeah, 32. Yeah, 10 by 4s on top. Take this part off and basically make this its own roof piece while having another 10x4 under there, and then having a row of plates that connect on top, like we're used to seeing the flat plates and tiles, or the modified plates and tiles, but we'll see how that works. That's going to be a later project. Okay, we've got bag number 8. And we are getting tantalizingly close to the end at the 2-hour marker. Okay, we've got a couple of these. Now we are going to be building the big mouth thing that Slytherin comes out of, or that the Basilisk comes out of. So I am kind of intrigued. Okay. So we have Tom Riddle. And Tom Riddle looks awesome. He does have Cedric's hair. But the best part is that he has the printing on his legs. So it is kind of a cool, different, because this is the vintage Hogwarts outfit. He looks pretty good. He doesn't have a wand, because he doesn't have a wand in the movie. But we are going to start this build. And so we do have these little circular glow-in-the-dark tiles. They are fun. They're kind of fun, you know what I mean. But it's not a... I don't think it's a new piece, but it's new enough to be interesting. And we connect that in. And we have another little piece over there. And some more water pieces, because everybody loves a good little piece of water to pop out of nowhere. And then, where's my little tile? Right here. Modified tile right there. And a little brick there. Okay. And for once, we actually have a small green frog. That's fun. Like a frog's actual color. I tried to stay in a calm voice for a very long time. It's not working today, y'all. Sorry about that. If you came for a calming build, just mute me. Because that is not how it's going to happen today. So I am trying my best to stay normal, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta confuse Lego. You gotta keep it going. A little torch for underground. We got our other piece to our other Rocky Mountain piece. That one is going to be fixed, not movable, like our last one. that's okay. Okay. Some more of this moss green. I'm trying to figure out what these parts that we're building right now are. And the only thing that comes to mind is Slytherin's beard. Salazar Slytherin's statue, his beard, maybe? Like, I think that's what we're building, or his hair. But I don't know. In the previous version of this build, it was a really intricate build for his head. And this one does not look like it's going to be as intricate. And I have both versions, so I may see about modifying it into the current castle system, depending on how hard this one goes or not. But we'll see. Yeah, now it wants us to build the other side. Again, these weird little brown sludge things show up all over the place for some weird reason. Like, I don't know why they're included as often as they are, but, you know, I guess some people like seeing a little pile of poo somewhere. But you know what it reminds, every time I see those pieces, it reminds me of Digimon. Because when the Numamon leave their little poo piles everywhere, that's what I think of, and that is what I see every time I see that piece. I do not see a cupcake. And that might make me a bad person. But it's okay. Because, you know, sometimes you just need to say what's on your mind. And maybe other people think it too. If at some point I start humming TikTok songs, just ignore me, because my brain is apparently on TikTok mode, because it knows I'm going to edit these and put them back on TikTok. But in the meanwhile, my brain is focused on things I have seen throughout the day. But that's okay, right? Again, we're getting back to some more of these. I'm liking that these are looking symmetrical at least. But we'll see if they actually wind up symmetrical or not. Because LEGO likes to trick me at the last minute and say, haha, you thought it was going to be symmetrical. Beauty is pain. I don't think we're building this all the way. because there's not that many pieces left, so I don't think we're building Slytherin's head the entire way for this bag, but I do not know. All I know is my chair is digging into my rumpus, and I might need to put a pillow down before I do the next video. See, we've got that so far. It looks good, but it's not super stable yet. But it still has some studs to build up, so that's understandable. Okay. And we have our next stickers that are Salazar Slytherin's eyes, or the statue's eyes, at least. Try to not make the statue cross-eyed. That's the only problem when they do eye stickers, is sometimes it comes out just looking a little cross-eyed if you don't put the stickers exactly right. Because they never do it as one sticker. No, it's always two stickers. Which is just like, It's like, I get it, but Okay, yeah, this one is not going to be nearly as robust as the previous build. But I mean, I guess that's fine. I mean, that's life, right? Still doesn't make it super stable, which I'm not really happy about for that. I mean, that's what it looks like so far. And we have a few more pieces that we need to add in. Got to connect his mustache. And then really just go for the mustache piece. I mustache you a question. So, I mean, he looks pretty good. I miss the old version that had the head open up, because it's got this little piece back here that we're going to build on the next part, because this is not done yet. And we're moving on to bag 9. our last and final bag, because those are synonyms. And my brain is tired. Maybe next time I do a live build, I don't actually do it live. I just record the different bags and then mesh them together with a little bit of silence in between. I don't know. I thought, hey, I'll do it all at once. This was kind of a mistake, I think. Okay, so for our next 20th anniversary figure, we do have the Dark Lord himself, Lord Voldemort. He looks pretty good. I like him. And he's gonna go over here to await the others. And we do have one of these. And I'm not sure who he is, so I'm gonna look it up because I'm trying to understand what these wizarding cards are. And we're lucky with the Chamber of Secrets, we actually got Salazar Slytherin. That's exciting. Okay. All right, y'all. Now, move some of these bigger pieces just out of the way for a minute. Now I have to build 2 of these, so I am just gonna take them and build them in the same hand because they're smaller pieces. And they're only like 3 pieces each. And now, these are minifigure heads from Ninjago. And I love that LEGO thought to repurpose them because they are awesome like this in this set. And I am always here for sets that give me a little bit more of molded pieces. Again, there's not much playroom in this Chamber of Secrets set, which is kind of upsetting me, but like I should have known because there was too much playroom everywhere else. But for a set that is called the Chamber of Secrets, it's not called Hogwarts, it's called the Chamber of Secrets, and that's what it's marketed as. It is a little disappointing that there's not more of a playable space. Like, there is some playable space in here, I'm not gonna lie, but it's really not a ton and not as much as I want for a $130 set that's titled Chamber of Secrets, you know? But sometimes that's okay when they try to just pass off a little bit as a lot, but not on titular sets. Like, if it was just, if they had given me no playable room in the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom, I don't think I would have cared as much. But this whole area is just set up to be the opening that the snake comes through, really. Like, there's not really any playable space. Like, I can't get my fingers really in there to even pose minifigures. But it is a very kind of disappointing set on that aspect for me, I think. But I'm gonna put these on top of baseboards, so it doesn't really matter in the long run for me. But for kids that want to pose figures on this set, it is gonna be hard to do. And there is a piece that apparently sticks out on top that's supposed to be part of the Great Hall, which I'm kind of like, oh, well, that's interesting. But we'll see. This is supposed to go there. Those. I mean, the whole set is a little more solid now, which I like. After adding on these arches and bricks on top, but still not as solid as I would like. But it's fine. Because considering half of it is just open in the middle, it's kind of to be expected. But so that's about the basic Chamber of Secrets right there. I think the next part we're doing is this add-on that's going to go on front for some reason. I don't know why they built this, because it really limits where you can put it. And I'm honestly considering not putting this on the model after I do this video, but we'll see how it looks. Just from the way it's photographed on the box, I'm not super confident I'm gonna like the way it looks. And I may just put a series of 1x4s on this spot. But we will see. Because I think this is just supposed to be like a breakfast thing, which kind of irritates the hell out of me, because there's no reason for it to be here and instead of built onto the Great Hall section, to where it doesn't matter where you put the Chamber of Secrets. Yeah. Because now we're building a little like breakfast table thing for some stupid reason. Yeah. Again, another chocolate frog. Like, I know they made that in that color probably back in the original Harry Potter run, and so they are trying to use up all those ones that they made in that color, but stop including it everywhere. I'm getting really tired of just random chocolate frogs all over my Harry Potter sets. There's one of our last stickers. Pixie Puffs, they're Goblin Great. Weird, but okay. We've got a little croissant right there. And then our last sticker goes in here. Cheerios. It's neither of those brands are listed anywhere in the books, but it's fine. And this table comes off really easily, which is fine. So we are building our smaller piece now. I think this is the part that's supposed to slide out and in based on those hinges and the rails that we put inside, but we'll see. I'm not sure if the basilisk is supposed to sit on this or if it's just a random little thing. Because, like, I do not know. So we do have a little, I guess, basilisk fang over there, which is not how the book goes, but you know, it's fine. It's a little disappointing that the built basilisk does not have the actual fang pieces that come out like the old one did. Oh, okay, that's why. Missing a step. Okay, like that. And we just put our little pins in. And turn it around. And put the pins in on the other side. And we're done with that. So that is what Slytherin's face looks like. I don't like this piece that's on top. I would rather have them either just not built that out or what, and I'm honestly considering just making it flat here and here and here and taking this part off because it looks a little stupid in my opinion. But I'm going to take the Great Hall and put it on there. The only problem with some of these studs is that they don't go on very easily. But we've got that, like that. And it does want you to put the Chamber of Secrets entrance on the outside, like that. It says it in the manual, which I'm a little miffed at, honestly, but I mean, it's cute that way. But again, I'm going to take that roof piece and change it out, and we have this other piece right there. I think it's supposed to go on the other side, but it's cute. I don't hate this. It's a good Hogwarts set. Like, it's definitely more Chamber of Secrets than it is Hogwarts, because there's not as much going on in the Great Hall. It's very much Chamber of Secrets, the movie, not the Chamber of Secrets, because it is woefully lacking on playable space, I think. But let's bring in the other Hogwarts sets from this range. See, if we look at this, the Great Hall is no bigger than the other sets stacked on two, which makes it, honestly, in my opinion, a little less great. But let's do this. So the entrance is on this one with the slide. So let's take you okay, and then that's how that goes, because it's supposed to. And we do have so we've got Moaning Myrtle's bathroom over the entrance, and theoretically if I take this part off and pull that up and unpose them, that slide will allow them to fall down, because there's a hole underneath this. So that's where that would go. And then theoretically I can put this one back on top of Fluffy's room like that. And then, or honestly, I can rearrange however I like. That's the nice thing about these, is as long as it fits width-wise, it looks good. Now that looks maybe a little silly because those both have the crest. So maybe instead of that, I would take the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom or Fluffy's chamber and put it up top like this, and just make a really tall tower, like that. Yeah, I could do that. And then if I wanted to, I just take the Fluffy's roof and put it like that. So the only piece that is not completely modular to where it would fit anywhere is this one. That does irk me. It does irk me very large. Like, I'm gonna take this roof off and modify it to where it actually works. So it may be a tan roof, depending on if I can find that color in my bulk bricks. But that is the last of the Hogwarts sets. They are very cute. They are very fun. There's a lot of playability to them, but there's not a lot of playable space outside of those playability features. But again, it's a good job from LEGO. I mean, the Great Hall is a little bit small considering what it is. I would have rather them had done just a bigger Chamber of Secrets and maybe not redone the Great Hall and just done some other buildings. Maybe the big staircase instead. That would have been kind of cool to see. And just had it been a big square building. But overall, I like it. It's fun. It was a fun build. And the figures are great. I like this basilisk more than I thought I was going to. So, yeah. This has been Disney D Prince, signing off, y'all.